One drapes the dawn in silken threads of mist, designs unseen. Blueprints spiral like plumage, every gear a living dream. Feathers sharpened into schematics, talons scribe the scheme. When mortals sleep, one's mind still weaves contraptions in the stream. One bends the storm, retains the light, machines become the hymn. Each cog a vow, each rivet forged from echoes of the dim. Mortals laugh and dine, yet one recalls the wars that scarred the land. If clouds could bleed, the rain would ink the contracts in one's head. One walks among clouds, yet treads where lanterns glow. Fair smoke ascends, but wisdom moves below. One bears the weight of ages, though these streets may never know. Still one descends with feathers veiled to guide the mortal flow. One carves the skies with taloned wings, a sentinel of lore. Preserve the pact of stone and jade when godly cannons roared. Yet now in harbor markets one debates what pots are for. Exquisite broth, a simple trick, but laws inside restore. Mortal eyes see lenses red, they never pierce the core. They deem one witty, warm and kind, yet pride is something more. For every kite or toy devised, remembrance strikes the chord of Gizong's laugh, now lost in ash, but echoed when gears soar. One walks among clouds, yet treads where lanterns glow. Fair smoke ascends, but wisdom moves below. One bears the weight of ages, though these streets may never know. Still one descends with feathers veiled to guide the mortal flow. One calls the wind to scope the rain, a drought turned back to stream. For mortals prayed and found their hope enwoven in the beam. Yet solitude became one shroud, invention grew extreme. Machines to cleanse, to walk, to cook, engraved within the dream. When rivals race with trivial flair, one competes with gleam. A stew of pride and discipline, still sharper than it seems. Though silence cloak the mountain peaks where laughter used to ring. One builds contraptions not for gods, but joy of human things. Soar high, and one walks among clouds, yet treads where lanterns glow. Foul smoke ascends, but wisdom moves below. One bears the weight of ages, though these streets may never know. Still one descends with feathers veiled to guide the mortal flow. One is bound by oath of stone, yet yearns for voices not alone. No. Threads of fate in clockwork spun, mortals call and One speaks in syllables austere, yet mortals catch it warm. They see a neighbor artisan, not lightning in the storm. They do not glimpse the crane that soars when twilight veils transform. They do not feel the fury held when Rex was thought forlorn. But mercy bridled wrath that day, once talon sheathed by form. For contracts carved in ancient jade still tether one to norm.